Perhaps you've heard the phrase, comparison is the thief of joy, or comparison is the death of joy. And it really is. It zaps the joy right out of singing. And we want to enjoy singing. We want it to feel good. We want to experience the freedom and the joy of expressing ourselves through our voice. But when we compare ourselves to others, it can rob us of our dreams. It leaves us feeling inferior, dissatisfied with the voice that we do have. And it discourages us from even pursuing this desire to sing. So we never get to the part of the journey where we uncover the unique treasure within our own instrument. So today we're talking about how to avoid this all too common trap and what you can do to step around it, jump over it, avoid this comparison trap altogether, and embrace your unique, one-of-a-kind instrument instead. Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. I'm Lainey Crawford, holistic voice coach, singer, song weaver. I believe the song in your heart holds medicine for yourself and for the world. And yet too often, something happens along the way. We shut down our voice and our song goes unsung. Whether you stopped singing years ago or have always harbored an unrealized dream to start, if you're ready to finally give voice to those unsung songs in your heart, then take my hand as I guide you to free yourself from the inner critic, reignite your creativity, find your courage, sing with confidence, and reawaken those dormant parts of yourself aching for a revival. So dust off your songbooks, tune up your guitar, bust out your singing bowls, your shakers, your drum. Actually, all you really need is your voice, your breath, open ears, and an open heart. Let's play. It's something that singers of all levels of experience encounter somewhere along the vocal journey. And usually we encounter it over and over again because it's always there. This is the comparison trap. Whether you've been singing and performing for decades or have yet to sing for an audience at all, it's so easy to fall into this when hearing others sing or perform or express themselves through their voice. You hear the beauty of their instrument, the ease with which it flows out of them, and you think, wow, I could never sound like that. Or, oh, wow, I wish my voice sounded like that. Or, how do they do that with their voice? I could never. But what if, instead of falling into the trap, and I say trap because it's always there, it's set for you to walk right into if you're not aware of it. It'll stop you right in your tracks. And if you let it, it will stop you from singing at all. So what if instead of falling into the trap, you could fall into love with your own voice, your own instrument, your own unique sound? In today's episode, I'll share with you how to avoid the comparison trap by embracing your own unique sound. And you may say, well, how do I even find that in the first place? I got you. Throughout the years, having devoted my life to singing, I have had so many instances where I've found myself comparing my voice to others. I think about all the auditions where, I was auditioning for a role or a place, and, there were countless other people who had been working towards and training towards the same thing, wanting that exact role, that exact place. All the competitions where I had judges literally judging my voice, judging my sound, comparing it to others, comparing it to the ideal of a beautiful sound. I think about all the singers' communities that I've been a part of, all the choirs I've been a part of. When you are working towards the goal of developing your instrument to its fullest potential, you will inevitably surround yourself with other singers, and you will be training alongside other talented musicians, other talented vocalists. So you're bound to compare yourself somewhere along the way. And yes, I found myself there many times. And you're also bound to get better when putting yourself in the room with other people who are better than you. And I'm well aware that, yes, by using the word better, the word itself suggests comparison. So this is bound to show up, is what I'm saying. If you are truly devoted to pursuing this desire to sing and expressing yourself through your voice and making music in the way that your heart is calling you to, you will come up against this comparison trap. But through all of these encounters with the comparison trap and all of these experiences where I found myself in the room with other really talented people, what helped me move through this was exploring my instrument and learning about what actually made it unique, what made it special, and learning to love that unique sound. And then rather than comparing, I could enjoy the beauty of other voices while still remaining confident in my own abilities. Something that I would ask myself when I was really learning how to deal with this phenomenon was, would I really want to trade someone else's voice for my own? No. The answer was no. I want my own. I want my voice, the voice that I was given, the voice that I have within me, that is mine alone. When we're comparing ourselves in other parts of our lives, it's like, well, would you really want to trade places with someone else? We all have struggles and fears and strengths and weaknesses. This vocal journey is much like the journey of life, of walking out the path that is ours alone. This vocal journey is about self-discovery, learning who you are, what makes you unique, and learning to love that and express it through your voice. So how do you avoid falling into the comparison trap? Well, by falling into love with your unique sound instead. So that means you have to get to know your voice and actually discover what makes it unique, what makes it special. Learn what you're really good at. There's a natural beauty there that you can tap into and then also learn how to improve, how to really lean into that and make it better. And there's that word better again, but that you're comparing yourself to yourself in terms of growth and development. And when you uncover what makes your voice unique, lean into that. We lean into who we really are, because no one can do it like you. Truly. So if you spend time exploring your instrument, you will uncover its natural beauty, because it's there. This is how you discover your unique sound. You play with it, you spend time with it, you experiment, you listen to it, you feel into it. This exploration is the pathway to discovering what makes your voice unique, why yours is one of a kind. So there are a couple objective truths that I want to highlight for you. One objective truth is that no one else has your voice. Right now, my son is really into this book, Maybe, by Kobi Yamada. It's really beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous. I think he's really drawn to that. And the message is so beautiful too. And there's this line in there that says, "You are the only you that ever has been or ever will be." That is an objective truth. Another objective truth: physically, your instrument has a voice type, not just soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, bass. It goes even further than that. There are these subtypes or subcategories like lyric coloratura, dramatic soprano, soubrette, spinto. Like in the opera world, there are categories, and your voice type kind of dictates what roles you can play, because the music itself is written specifically for that voice type. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, and it's probably kind of controversial, and I'm okay with that. But I don't like being pigeonholed or put in a box. And so, yeah, I kind of fight these voice types. I kind of fight against it, like, let's just lean into where it feels really good. And we don't have to put ourselves in a box or give it a title, give it a type. But physically, there are these different types of the voice. So, but even within those categories, there's still something unique about each voice. It's the nuances, it's the shades and colors and textures, and of course the artistry that's woven through. But if you're comparing yourself to another person whose voice is totally different than yours, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. And if you're comparing yourself to someone whose voice is similar to yours, you're also in some ways doing yourself a disservice, because each and every voice is unique in its own way. There is the reality that there are going to be certain things you cannot do with your voice because your voice was not designed that way. So the key is discovering what your voice was designed to do, what your voice is really good at, what the strength is, and then develop that. And when you do listen to others singing, rather than using it as a comparison to focus on what you lack or what you wish you could do with your voice, learn to see and hear the beauty of another's voice. You can appreciate the beauty of another person's voice. And, if it's similar to yours, you can use it as inspiration, something to aspire to, something to learn from. You can listen and find what do I really like about this sound? And then as you listen, kind of feel into it, feel into your body where you're sensing it, and imagine it opening up within you. There's so much we can learn from simply listening to a singer who has honed their instrument and developed it to the point of really beautiful vocal technique, beautiful expression. You can actually listen to them and feel the sensations in your body to help you open up your own voice. It's actually a really powerful practice tool. But beyond that, I'm talking about appreciating the beauty of another person's voice without envying them. I come back to that question, would I really want to trade my voice for someone else's? And the answer was always no. So ask yourself that and dig into the answer if it's something else. But trying to be someone else, imitation, or shying away from the truth of who you are is exhausting. And it sounds like that when we listen to that kind of singing. If you listen to someone who's trying to sound like someone else or pushing their voice to do something that it wasn't designed to do, we can hear that. We can feel that. There's this quote by Rainer Maria Rilke, and it says, "Truly to sing, that is a different breath." And the key word here is truly, truly to sing. That is a different breath. We want to sing with authenticity and truth. We want to sing with our true voice, not the counterfeit of someone else's. To sing with truth is a different breath. Just a couple final thoughts. Art is self-expression. So, at its core, you must love the person you're expressing, or you'll never love anything you create. Embracing your naturally designed, one-of-a-kind instrument is embracing who you are. And truly, this is the journey as a singer, as a vocalist, as an artist, loving and accepting who you are at your core, in truth, as a messy human, imperfections, flaws, and all. This is the journey. So what can you do? You can meet your voice where it is today, your voice. You can spend time with it. Spend time discovering what makes it unique. Spend time learning how to develop the natural beauty that it holds, because it's there. And you can refine it, you can hone it. That's available to you. So here's my challenge to you. Sing something you love, something you enjoy, something that feels really good. And record yourself. I know you might have just shuddered, oh no. Just do a simple voice memo on your phone. Keep it basic, keep it simple, and listen back. Ignore the thoughts that pop up saying, ooh, or cringing at a less than perfect note, because it'll happen, okay? The self-judgment will emerge. It'll pop up. But keep going. Keep listening with an open heart. And find one thing you like about your sound. However small, however briefly it shows up. And then think about how you can emphasize that quality of your voice, how you can shine a light on it. Practice going deeper with that one thing. I said, sing something that feels good. Well, spend time luxuriating in that, in whatever feels good. Find the joy in it. Bask in it. And if you can't find anything, book a session with me because that's a lie from the inner critic, and I can help you with that. Let me hold up a mirror for you to see the natural beauty and hear the natural beauty and feel the natural beauty that is already there. Because I know if you're listening, and if you have this desire in your heart to sing and free your voice, then it's in there. Your treasure awaits. And if you want help uncovering it and seeing the truth of it and learning to love it and embrace it and celebrate it, go to reawakenyourvoice.com/coaching to book a session with me. Hey friend, thank you so much for listening. If this episode unlocked something in you or moved you in some way, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're streaming this, and share this episode with a friend who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until we meet again, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.